We have breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, to start this show. We're talking about the NFL trade deadline, and I am happy to announce I am trading Tom Grossi.
What?
That's right. You, Tom Grossi, are on your way.
Oh,
You want to know where you're going?
come on, man. I just moved in. I just bought a house.
You're going to be the #1 sports guy over at the Lifetime Movie Network. Sorry.
Oh, baby. We here.
We steer.
You in the right direction. Welcome to an episode of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandin Perna. And this is JPS.
The S stands for sell everything if you're a shitty football team.
Sorry, I had an air leak.
So the Packers and Broncos will be selling, I'm guessing.
Nope. Why would the Broncos be selling, Brandon?
Because everything hurts here in Denver.
If only somebody saw it coming.
AFC West is a little hard to predict. The Raiders got a little lucky last year. Everything going wrong and them somehow still making it to the playoffs.
I think it's between the Raiders and Broncos finishing last. What if Russell Wilson kind of sucks?
He's not going to kind of suck. 103 passer rating. 25 touchdowns to 6 picks.
How many touchdowns did you just say?
25.
And we're saying that's good?
He missed a few games.
I think that there's some concern.
Broncos are going to have the best running attack in the division.
You think Austin Eckler is worse than Williams?
Unlimited.
It's a tough division.
It's the easiest division I've ever seen in my life. Russell Wilson is going to win MVP, Super Bowl MVP.
Comeback player of the year? What did he
Yeah.
come back from? The Seahawks? Our bet is still on that the Packers go further than the Broncos, and I am going to enjoy a bronze statue of my likeness on your desk.
We'll see. Yeah, we still will see. We still will see.
I mean, you did say it's the easiest division, and you're not that far off. So that
Hey, I got one thing right.
That prediction.
I
was-
might have got one thing right there. What happens if both teams miss the playoffs? Do we both have to do the bet?
We should.
Oh.
We definitely should. Oh, Benny Tech win a Fitty! Boop.
Fitty
Right,
Benny
Kitty.
Tech.
I
Fitty
got you, Benny
Benny Tech. Ooh,
I
what
got
did
you.
do?
Hold on. I got you.
That was like go pack.
Go pack. I'll take. Go pack.
Go pack. Wow, thank you, Benjamin Tech. The Broncos need some tech to help fix all of their problems.
Oh wait, he also gave you a 52.
The Packers will beat the Bills and win the North. Ooh, yeah.
Listen. What do you got for him, Brandon?
Okay.
What
Interesting.
do you got for him?
I got this.
It's just crazy that both of our teams are playing against each other this week.
Bills and Packers.
Shout out to Johnny Barks for just allowing me to have some receipts. Appreciate it.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that was a short for me, wasn't it? That was my short, Johnny Cut.
Was it really?
Yeah, I'm 99% sure that was a short on my channel at some point.
Oops.
Boy, how the turns have tabled.
How the turntables. Yeah, folks, today we're going to be talking about a lot because we are quickly, we are quickly
Thanks, Johnny.
approaching the NFL trade deadline. Rumors are swirling about, potential players being moved. It has to do with the Broncos. Jerry Jeudy is a name.
Oh, you fat with a 3. Yes.
Sorry.
It's worth it. It's always worth it for Ho You Fat. It really is. So we're going to kind of talk and go through each team and talk about, who's going to potentially be a buyer or seller during the trade deadline. We also have some other news going on, like wires blocking Mac Jones's throws and leading to interceptions, defensive player of the night. They lose the next 2 games. No, LaFleur's not going to be on the hot seat, but
oh yeah, he's got another year or 2 of safety.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not going to go anywhere yet right
now.
Now.
The best thing the Packers can do, even if they don't think LaFleur is like the greatest coach, is keep consistency there as they transition away from Aaron Rodgers. Like if this is Aaron Rodgers last season, last thing you want to do is fire your coach and try and rebuild that way. Trust me.
Completely agree.
New coaches ain't always it, guys.
Before we get to the buyers and sellers, because the Packers, of course, are in the news, not only for not playing well, but Aaron Rodgers going on Pat McAfee yesterday and made some comments that a lot of people were not happy about. I'll take Jerry Jeudy for like a 6th round pick. Would you do that?
No.
Why? All you do is tell me how much he sucks.
Right now, the Broncos, the story is the asking price is too high for Jeudy. So a lot of teams are like, well, what about KJ Hamler, who more reliable than Jeudy in terms of catching? Jerry Jeudy, elite route runner. He's going to get open.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the issue facing the Packers right now, Tom? Are they dropping a little too many footballs in the passing game?
Yeah, that's
okay. Take Jerry Jeudy, who is famous for dropping footballs. See where that gets you.
Another one, also Bradley Chubb on the rumor mill that he is going to be traded as well.
That's an interesting piece. His value is very high right now.
And because he just can't stay on the field, right? Like that's
no, he's healthy now. He was healthy last year.
I'm saying like that's been the issue because
yeah, right now all the other really good edge rushers can't stay on the field. So we had Chubb and Gregory.
Mm-hmm.
Gregory playing well. Gregory out, hurt. Baron Browning comes in, looks better than Randy Gregory. He's out a few weeks now with an injury. So we got our 3rd round draft pick, Nick Bonito. They've got Jonathan Cooper, out. The other side of Bradley Chubb is not in good shape right now due to injuries. But if the Broncos lose this weekend, they're in a really bad position. And Bradley Chubb, he's in a contract year, right? They could tag him after this year, but if they believe in Baron Browning, they invest in Gregory, they got Bonito, then he's expendable if they're not going to extend him. So, and Chubb's playing really well. If the Broncos were winning, I'd be like, no friggin' way should we deal Chubb. We've got a window, but our window is closed. They put a metal barrier over it. And just for safety, they put one of those buckets above it. So if somebody does get in, the bucket of water is just going to fall right on your head. We are a comedy of errors, the Broncos. But yeah, Chubb's in there. Well, I guess we'll talk about that more. I'm sorry, I just went off. I got a lot of pent up energy.
It's okay, buddy. It's all right. Yeah. I mean, it's just a different vibe. I mean, that's kind of what Packers fans are looking at the Packers for right now, though, because they're saying, what are they going to do at the trade deadline? Because I don't personally think that they're going to be selling everything that's coming out of the organization. I don't think they're going to.
That's why.
But it's going to be it's going to be a matter of all right, well, how much are they going to give up? They're already going to be in cap trouble because of Aaron Rodgers' contract in the next few years. So it's does this team think they can win a Super Bowl this year? And again, everything coming out is it's fixable. It can be fixed. Talking about the Pat McAfee comments, Aaron Rodgers going on yesterday and saying, guys are making too many mistakes. If they continue to make mistakes, they got to get less reps. And again, a lot of people had a problem with that, saying it was too harsh or saying that that's something from the head coach. And I think it just doesn't help, the Aaron Rodgers narrative of how he's personified. So that's not good. But at the same time, Aaron Nagler tweeted this out this morning, and I've said this in the videos too. Nobody knows what's actually going on in the locker room. No one has a clue. So even when all this stuff was going on with Rodgers last year, excuse me, talking to Kurt Benkert and being no, we're fine. The locker room's fine. No one's looking at Rodgers like this. We're all good. So again, it just doesn't help, especially when Aaron Rodgers, even in a joking way, is just well, Tom Clements gave me my best overall game of the year so far, and like they're still losing to the Washington Commanders. So yeah, it's a reading of the room kind of thing.
The funniest thing Rodgers said was because they talking about the Bills and saying they're a great team, they've got a great offense, a great defense, everything's going well over there, and they got Jake Kumaro.
Yeah, great. I love it. That gave me a hearty chuckle. Yes.
Yeah, that was friggin' hilarious.
So we'll see. I mean, again, it's not a good public perception. I still said the Packers are going to win on Sunday. So
no, they're not.
And there's no realism attached to that.
There's no reason.
There is no real strong argument that I can make why the Packers would win. But they're going to still. And I am going to look like a genius or a crazy.
You're going to look like me on that clip you up in the show with, Tom. Yeah, that's your future.
I have no like stake in it, right? Because like I'm fully expecting the Packers to get their ass kicked. That's my expectations. But I just have a feeling that the Packers are going to win. So, just saying.
Look at urinating tree dunking on your team.
It's not good. It's not good. But listen, what are they saying in comedy? Don't punch down. It feels like they're punching down. Just something I'd never say. So that's not too great. Yeah, Mike Evans. There was this video that came out in which it looked like a referee was asking for an autograph, and this kind of like set Twitter on fire, going like, "Oh my God! Like, look, this is why it's so terrible, and the refs shouldn't be doing this." And the story came out that instead it was like, because did they go to school together or something? And Mike Evans was looking for like a golf pro. And so then he like Mike Evans gave him his number to give to the golf pro.
Yeah. Something about getting golf lessons is what this equated to.
So I was like, okay, that's a thing, I guess.
I would be worried about that if the Buccaneers won that game. Instead, they looked like dog crap and got the crap kicked out of them. So obviously the refs couldn't do anything to save them there. I just watched like the Untold documentary about Tim Donaghy, the NBA ref who was betting on all the games. So, that's why this stood out to me. Like, oh yeah, refs were a cheating. They were a shaving of points. They were a calling games. But probably nothing there. Mike Evans just trying to brush up on his golf game as he prepares to retire with Tom Brady.
No, I think Seahawks, if they're in a position, they grab one still. I think they do. Yeah, that drop was bad. That was...
it was the worst of his career. Evans doesn't do that. Like,
he doesn't. He's so consistent.
Yeah.
He's so consistent. Kareem Hunt, I mean, again, like the Browns have reiterated that they don't want to trade him. And I feel like the Browns are literally just playing like, hey, even if we have like a 500 record, like let's just hold on until Deshaun Watson comes back, because that division's also super winnable.
Yeah, they should trade him if he doesn't want to be there, and they can get something for him right now, because he'll be gone after the season, right? This is the last year of his deal.
So.
I think they're interested in trading Greedy Williams too. So
yeah.
Like, I have the same thought process as you. Is like, just hold on until you get your disgusting, despicable quarterback out of his suspension and see if that disgusting, despicable quarterback is any good at football still. You sold your soul for him, so...
Oh, they have to play him. I mean, it's not like, again, Jacoby Brissett is doing admirable, but yeah. Speaking of despicable people, there's more Antonio Brown news, right, Brandin Perna?
Yeah. So if you follow the Antonio Brown timeline of off-field
which I try
issues,
not to.
It's a long one. Shorter only to probably Dan Snyder at this point.
Insane.
So a couple years ago, Antonio Brown got into an altercation with a moving truck driver. Moving truck driver shows up to his house. Antonio Brown hasn't paid him or something like that. The guy doesn't want to unload all of the stuff till he gets paid. Antonio Brown and somebody else who was with AB, they get into a fight with him. I think there's a physical altercation. The guy packs up his stuff, leaves. They throw rocks, I believe, at his moving van. And so it's like $4,000, $4,000 to $5,000 AB owed this gent. And now AB has been ordered to pay $1.2 million for the moving truck incident. So happy to see karma finally coming to get Antonio Brown on one of his many off-field lawsuits. There were so many people in AB's life that he didn't pay, that he was getting, like his chef, and his chef was probably the one who leaked that he faked his Vax card, like all this stuff. So a win for the good guys in this scenario. And obvious. Did you see his shirt Antonio Brown selling?
Dude, that was, if you don't know it, do you want to pull it up?
Yeah, I'll find it.
Yeah. Because I only saw it literally because you retweeted it, because I do not follow Antonio Brown and wish to not talk about Antonio Brown ever again.
Oh, you gotta follow this guy.
It's a hard pass.
He is
following.
He is entertaining, Tom. All right, here we go.
It's something. Yeah. Oh God.
That's Antonio Brown.
Dude, like, what a terrible individual. Like, again, I know you don't like Tom Brady. I know you don't.
No, this is messed up. This is messed up.
Like again, especially with the context of like Tom Brady literally giving Antonio Brown a Super Bowl ring, giving him a job, having him stay in his house. Like, it's just gross, man. Like, it is just gross.
The only way this will truly be funny is if in a week we see Giselle wearing this shirt. Like, what if that happens? Because look, AB, like, he goes on rants. Obviously, like, he's connected to Kanye through they have like business together. He put out a statement about that, but like, he says a bunch of weird, crazy shit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
He also tweets things like, I act with love, not hate, but that doesn't mean I can't show people the truth. So, like, what's he referencing there? Is that about Tom, or is that about other stuff? If we see Giselle wearing the shirt, then maybe there is some truth there. Dude, doubt it. I doubt it.
Would explode. The internet would explode.
Oh my God. Anyway.
Right. Yeah, so that's that. Also, real quick, speaking of former Patriots, Mac Jones, when it comes down, there's an interesting little note that came out, the little video clip.
Yeah.
It started circulating this morning. So there was a play where Mac Jones threw an interception. It looked like he was trying to throw the ball away, but instead it actually hit the wire of the sky cam, which slightly altered the projection of the ball and wound up getting intercepted, which then got Mac Jones pulled from the game.
Yeah. Let's talk about this for a little bit, because the Patriots QB situation.
Yes, I've always been like fascinated by that too. Like, it's always been like a thing on the back of my mind. I'm like, man, what if it hits the wire? Like, what if it does? And like, now we've seen it, and I'm actually curious to see like what the NFL is going to do. Like, are they just going to raise it like even higher?
Yeah.
Like, did the Skycam operator have some money on the Bears?
Yeah. It's not the refs we got to worry about. It's the Skycam operators.
Skycam. No one ever saw it coming, because it reminds me of like the Jerry Jones like scoreboard, right? Because if you like punt it away and it like hits it and what have you. But here, it hits the wire and you could see like the trajectory getting altered. So
yeah, it's interesting. When I was freelancing here, when I first moved back to Colorado, I was freelancing with Vic Lombardi, and they did like a feature piece like about the Skycam and the whole process that goes into the setup and how crazy it is. It's really cool. And they've as many balls that are in the air during a football game and how close that camera gets, to the field. There's a zoom lens on that shit, so you don't have to get too close. But it's crazy we don't see this more, is my point. But like, if Mac Jones' entire future in the NFL has been altered by a string in the air,
what a video that's going to be. What a video that's going to be in a couple years.
Well, here's like, Bill Belichick will go down as the greatest NFL coach of all time. But what he did this week, I thought was very stupid. It's probably one of his worst coaching decisions ever to put Mac Jones in the game and then pull him after one mistake. And they said, like, the messaging afterwards has been like, that was the plan. The Patriots said the plan was to play them both. First of all, that's always a stupid plan. If your plan is to play two quarterbacks during a football game, you're going to fucking lose. You're just going to lose because it's not a good idea. And we don't see that from New England. And the reason I thought it was really dumb is because you're waiting for Mac Jones to get healthy from his ankle injury.
Yeah.
The Pats wanted him back earlier than he wanted to come back. But then, oh no, Bailey Zappe's pretty good. We got time to let Mac Jones heal. And Bailey Zappi was going to get his first real test against a very good Bears defense on prime time. I thought just head into the game with Bailey Zappi as the starter, let him play against a tough defense for an entire game and see where you're at after that with the guy, and then transition back to Mac Jones if you don't like what you see. But to do this weird, like, give Mac Jones a quarter and then he makes one play, makes a mistake where it might not even be his fault now, might have been the football gods smiting him. It just seems now like they're in a worse situation in terms of the perception of how they handled it. Belichick's fielding questions like a normal coach about a QB situation that he's never going to answer. So it just felt like the wrong move. And we rarely say that about that. I mean, outside of bringing back all of his failed coaches to run the offense, they're hurting a little bit without Josh McDaniels running that offense. Like, I don't think there's any getting away from like Joe Judge and Matt Patricia. You just like, yes, come back and do a worse job with less.
Well, I mean, I truly wonder, because even like the play calls were so conservative with Mac Jones. And then as soon as Bailey Zappi hits the field, they're like calling exotic plays and like they're scheming guys open. So like, it's just a weird situation. Like, I don't even know if Bill Belichick is sold on Mac Jones.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing that I've heard about it. It's like Mac Jones had a great rookie season.
Yeah.
But I think they believe he's regressed. So he's not going in the right direction for the Patriots. And that's part of the issue too. So yeah, you're right. I don't think he is 100% sold.
So I don't know. It's just weird because I feel like Bill Belichick is not a guy who like makes those like emotional, like that's what I was going to bring up, like those emotional decisions.
Haha, Pats fans, you're like the rest of us now.
As soon as Mac Jones like is on the sideline and Bailey Zappi's running out, like Gillette lost their mind. Like they were going nuts. Like there's a ton of Zappy jerseys like in the stands, and it's like, oof, like it's a tough look. And now, I don't think Zappy's like the greatest ever. Sorry. I think that they are similar. We haven't seen a lot of them, but I don't know. It's a weird situation. So yeah, I mean, so I'm curious to see like now, well, because it was the Raiders, no one cares.
Sorry, Guillermo.
I'm not saying I don't care. I'm just saying like that's why it wasn't heavily reported, because it's the Raiders and no one cares.
Nobody even knew about that thing until somebody found that clip, and then a reporter like retweeted it or whatever.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see if like the NFL makes some little changes or something. Yeah, I don't know.
You should know how well he is physically before the game, though. Like you got to make that decision. And obviously, like Mac Jones, I don't think Mac Jones thought he was getting pulled in that game. And like Bill Burr said it during the broadcast, and he was like, "Stop showing sad Mac Jones on the sideline."
Dude,
and we said the same thing when we were streaming the Melvin Gordon thing. I was like, "Stop showing sad Melvin Gordon on that. Like, we get it. Quit cutting to the guy who just doesn't know what's going on." Like, the NFL knows. They know where their drama is.
Yeah, they're just like, let's build these storylines, baby.
But people like Bailey Zappi because it's an underdog story. It's a good story. He's got a much more fun name to say than Mac Jones. If Mac embraced McCorkle and it was McCorkle or Zappy, I think McCorkle would have more support. But Zappy, shit, that is fun to say. Zappy.
So apparently Russell Wilson is trending towards playing on Sunday in London.
Damn right he is. He's got Wolverine blood in his loins.
So now we're back on the Russell Wilson train.
Dude, Russell's going to save this team, Tom.
If they lose to the Jaguars.
I mean, there's a good chance they do, but he might be better.
I did pick the Jaguars to win. Sorry.
I don't care. Nobody can hurt me anymore. I'm as dead as I can be inside as a football fan.
That's fair.
Right now is the time to take your shots because I feel nothing.
Listen, speaking of dead things, Matt Ryan
there you go.
Benched for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Gone. No more. No more.
That happened, what, Monday after the show, basically?
Yes.
Yeah. So Matt Ryan got benched after the show Monday. And did it happen right at the end? The Jaguars trading for James Robinson?
That happened. It happened, right before the Monday night stream. So like a couple hours before Monday Night
okay.
Football.
So we didn't talk about either of those things.
No.
I guess we can just work that into the whole trade issue.
Yeah. So but Colts, I think because there's been some hype around Sam, but
yes,
it just looks bad. It just looks bad. Like the QB carousel just keeps on going round and round and round and round. So not good.
Not good.
Not good. Not good. All right, Perna, you ready for buyers and
Fitty?
Oh, there you go, buddy.
Thanks. Beard down. Ah, yeah. Okay.
Bear down. It's the bear down. It's there.
Yeah.
We'll catch for
well, look, I made a video about Justin Fields asking whether or not he's a bust. And then, he played well on primetime. And I wanted to follow it up. I believe in being fair to players. Now, even in my bust video, I'm not like he's 100% a bust. He's washed. Get rid of him. Try and be fair. Point out the flaws and the good things. And what I would like to say about this is what the Bears did, what Getsy did, is decided to call a game plan according to his quarterback strengths.
Correct. Yes, I was hammering this home on the stream.
What's that?
I was hammering that home on the stream. It's like, oh my God, look, you're calling like read options. You're calling like, QB draws. Wow, this is crazy. You have a mobile QB. Maybe you should actually, I don't know, call the game like that. Yeah, Pernick, give him his clip. Give him the clip.
There we go. We need basically like a clip for every team, don't we?
Poser.
USA.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
USA.
Airplane.
That works. We'll trade Matt Ryan. I don't know who takes Matt Ryan right now. I don't think he has any trade value. There you go. Bandwagon Brandin Perna only lasted one episode.
For Bills? Oh, I'm still in on Bills. Buffalo all the way this time. Third time's a charm. Look, I've been having to root for the Bills for like 4 years now because I've got no team in the playoffs.
All right, Perna.
Hold on. I'm trying to log into my ESPN Plus. Oh, okay, there we go.
Perna's trying to do things.
I think this will help us navigate the trades.
Oh, I get it. GPS.
Yeah, so ESPN's got a little thing. Buyers or sellers at the trade deadline. This is interesting. Running back Zach Moss for the Buffalo Bills.
Good shot.
See, the Bills don't seem like a team to me that needs to do anything, so I would imagine them selling is
viable. They're not going to sell. I think they're going to kind of just
stay put. Like, Zach Moss hasn't lived up to, what they wanted him to be, but it's a long season. If something happens to Devin Singletary or you bring in James Cook some more and he gets hurt or whatever, like just keep that. You got 3 solid running backs in case. I know Zach hasn't been great, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Bills, I don't think they're going anywhere.
Yeah. So you saw the second one there. Dolphins, Mike Gesicki, tight end.
Yeah.
Don't do it, Miami.
No. I mean, Dolphins, if you're I feel like they don't really need a whole lot. I think that they're still going to be competitive. I think if their offense is able to continue to evolve, into obviously being back and shakes off some of that rust, they should be fine. So, I think they're another team that's not going to really do a whole lot because
No.
they kind of have it. And I don't know where that rumor came from where, they're going to trade Gesicki. But, if you saw, he was targeted a good amount on Sunday night. I don't think he's going anywhere.
No, he's an important piece. Maybe he's not as involved in the offense as he was last season, but that's because you have Tyreek Hill on the roster. Yeah, Hill's going to get some balls that Gesicki probably would have gotten last year. Yeah, Waddle was there, though. If I'm an offensive play caller, I'm trying to get the ball to Tyreek Hill, and I love Mike Gesicki. But you got a bigger opportunity to score if the ball's going to Hill. So I would keep Gesicki because he's a really good tight end, and I think they'll figure out how to utilize him more. And you just got Tua back for 1 week, he just got healthy. There's no reason to sell any offensive pieces, especially as you move forward with Tua in that offense and see what he can really do if he can stay healthy. You want to give him as much health as possible. So there's that. And did you see the thing about Tua not talking to Brian Flores?
No, I didn't even see that.
Before the game or whatever.
Flores was going around and saying hey to old people. Yeah.
Yeah. They asked Tua if Brian Flores said hello, and he was just nope. So maybe Flores wasn't quite the answer for the Dolphins in terms of how he related to players. But anyway.
It's fine. Well, and that's what I'm saying. Gesicki's going to be gone, I think, after this year, potentially. It's just, one, how involved is he going to be in Mike McDaniel's offense? And then I just think mid-season, there's no reason to get rid of him right now. It just doesn't help anybody.
No. So then they've got the Patriots, and they're projecting as a possible trade piece tackle Isaiah Wynn, who they've moved to the right side, and apparently he was inactive Monday night. Led the league in penalties this year. Patriots, I could see them selling. They do this though. They'll get rid of a tackle. The guy goes somewhere and then he comes back 2 years later.
Yeah.
Usually they sell him when they sell when the value's high though.
The value's not high for Isaiah Wynn.
I think a lot of teams would be interested in acquiring a tackle though. That's a piece that's rarely available. The Broncos definitely have a need at right tackle, but actually Billy Turner came in and he played better than anybody else. So I don't know. I feel like young quarterbacks keep as many linemen as you can.
Yeah, I mean, Wynn hasn't been good, but I don't know how much trade value is going to be there for him. I don't know if that's going to be enough for Belichick to be we'll move on him. But in terms of I don't think they're going to acquire it. Chiefs are going to playoffs. Chargers, they might charger it. But do you think that the Patriots would actually bring anybody in at this point?
No, because it doesn't feel like they're one player away from contending, right? And that's why teams make trades at this point. It's we just need this guy to help us. Yeah. We had injuries to this position group. We just need to secure that. It's what the Rams did last year, and it was very successful. So, no, they feel like a team to me that's got, their biggest issue is quarterback until they figure that out. And they have two guys who can be decent, but
sure.
No, they're not a player away. A more interesting team within that division still is the Jets. And
big trade already.
Big trade already. They bring in James Robinson. I think that's a great move for the Jets.
For nothing.
What were you doing, Jacksonville?
Listen, I don't know, whose oatmeal that Robinson pissed in Jacksonville, but he will have amazing games and then they'll just be no, we're just not going to go back to him. And I know like they drafted Etienne and like that's their guy like going forward, and he really struggled like starting the season. But to trade him for that much, and like the Jets needed a running back because they lost Breece Hall. Like they were in a position where they were probably going to pay a bit more. And they're like, no, it could what? Because it's sixth could turn into a fifth. It's like a conditional fifth, I think.
Yeah, it's conditional.
So I'm just like, that seemed really, really dumb. And I think for the Jets, while, you know, Breece Hall, like, definitely was an up-and-comer, like, looked really good, Robinson, I think, can fill that role nicely. Might not have, like, the explosiveness that you're going to see from Breece Hall, but, like, they already, they plug the hole, right? And say, okay, let's see if we can keep on winning.
Yeah, what's weird about it is, like, the standard practice in the NFL now is 2 backs. Like, there's a handful of teams that have one really good back that they use as their bell cow, but most teams are deploying a 2-back thing.
Yeah.
And it felt like, hey, Etienne and James Robinson, that's a good pairing there. And you kind of lean on which guy's having the better game. James Robinson had 1,000-yard season as a rookie. I think, was he undrafted? I feel like he was undrafted.
Yes.
And then even last year when they were sort of forced to use him, 8 touchdowns. He had 3 TDs this year. He's not like the greatest back on earth, but he is exactly what the Jets need to replace the guy who is winning them games. So I love this move for the Jets.
Well, you'll also recall last year, so with Urban Meyer, right? Robinson, I think he had some fumbles, like he had some issues, and they benched him. And Trevor Lawrence, like, went out of his way. He's like, we need him on the field. Like, he's like our best guy on offense. We need him on the field.
Imagine that, being benched by a coach for making a mistake when your coach is Urban Meyer.
So
I hate coaches. They're such dicks.
But I think, the Jets, I mean, they also lose AVT, like that hurts, you know, so their O-line is going to be.
Yeah, the Jets are, I would like for them to go on a run, but I think they've peaked this season. And
they might have.
Watching them against the Broncos, I was like, Zach Wilson's bad. Like, my quarterbacks are not good, and I would not trade any of them for Zach Wilson right now. So I think it's going to get worse for the Jets, but I like that they're trying. And okay, so if they're going to trade, Denzel Mims wanted to be traded before the season. Elijah Moore's requested a trade.
He wants to get traded.
So these are receivers wanting trades because what I just said, I don't think they believe Zach Wilson's good either.
They're just not getting production either.
Yeah, the Jets said they're not going to trade Elijah Moore. Maybe Mims is a guy. Corey Davis, he's been hurt. I don't know if they should trade one of those pieces, but
I think you could see Elijah Moore, but I don't think that they're actually going to move him. I just don't think they will.
It would maybe have to be like one of the weird, like, player for player trade type situations, because the Jets don't feel like a team that should sell because they are 5-2. They should be like acquiring again, but I don't know. Maybe they could trade a receiver to the Patriots for tackle. I say a win.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
All right. Ravens. What do you think about the Ravens, Tom?
No, they should not be. They're definitely not buying. Like, definitely. Even though they can win the division, again, like, if I'm the Falcons, just keep on playing. What happens. Like, don't use any draft capital. Don't, like, just see what happens, because one, they need corners badly because everybody and their mother is injured. That's one. Two, like, Mariota's not the long-term solution there. So I feel like you're going to be drafting a franchise QB, but, like, again, you could be leading the division next week. I don't think they sell either. I think they literally stay the same.
Are you talking about the Falcons?
Yeah, isn't that what you just said? Did you not say the Falcons?
I said the Ravens.
I heard Falcons so clearly. I heard Falcons. Wow. It was a long day. Okay.
Like, just so everybody knows, I zone out a little bit. So when
Slows
Tom
down.
first started talking, I'm kind of thinking about what I want to say for the Ravens, and then I start listening. I heard they're injured. I was like, yeah, that makes sense for the Ravens. And then Mariota, I was like, wait, what? Huh?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
so my bad. So my bad. Okay, the
They're
Ravens.
both bird teams, huh?
They are. I don't know why. I literally heard.
You pulled
Falcons.
Your team's bad for 3 weeks, and you're getting as dumb as me, man.
Dude, I just gotta sleep.
Yeah, you need some rest, buddy.
Yeah, I need to sleep.
Yeah, the Falcons, they're going to get Cordarrelle Patterson back at some point. I think that'll help.
Wait, no. We have to go to the Ravens. We can't jump back and forth. We got
okay. With the Ravens.
Let's just go. Let's just go here, because the Giants have played like decent competition. The Vikings haven't. They played one good team and got their ass beat.
Yeah.
So I just don't believe.
Hey, I mean, stay tuned for our power rankings. I think we both give the Vikings respect.
Yeah, they're in my top 5. What is that?
Stay tuned.
What did you take that this morning? It is, because that's the shirt you're wearing.
I was like, oh crap, I need to put together Grossi's power rankings in case we talk about it.
God.
I don't think we are, but I just, Oops, stay tuned to find out. The power rankings will go up right after the show, guys. Let me tell you. There's some similarities, but there are some unsimilarities, dissimilarities,
Differences,
non-similarities,
okay,
eliminarities.
All right. Yeah, the Ravens, I don't think they're selling. They need their running backs back. And I think
Dobbins out again, right? They get Gus Edwards back.
Gus Edwards back is good.
But then was it Justice Hill that fumbled late in that game that nearly gave it back to Cleveland? I think it was Justice Hill.
I think if you're the Ravens,
let me introduce you to Melvin Gordon if you guys want another running back who may fumble late in games for you. We'll take Lamar Jackson for Melvin Gordon straight up. We'll give you Russ too. How many teams can I convince to take Russell Wilson?
I don't think many. I honestly don't think many.
I still believe in Russ. I'm just kidding.
I would want to see Bill Belichick coach Russell Wilson. I just want to see Russell Wilson completely abandon his faith and just be like, instead of like a crucifix, it's now just Bill Belichick. Like, it's just a picture, it's a locket. And he's just like, he said I couldn't have a religion while I play for the Patriots. Okay. Right. So yeah, I don't think they're selling. I don't think they're buying either, though. Like,
no, it feels like they would be adding a defensive piece if they were going to do anything.
Yes.
They've been bad in the red zone. Their secondary's
second half
not been great. All right, here's one from ESPN. The Bengals. Safety, Jesse Bates.
Ooh.
So basically what's going on with the Bengals is they did not extend Jesse Bates this offseason. Everybody thought they would. Couldn't get a deal done. He got franchise tagged. But rookie Dax Hill could fill a spot. He's been playing all right, I guess. I talk about the Bengals defense quite a bit in the power rankings. But that's interesting. I feel like you keep Bates. Like right now, your defense is starting to play really well. I don't think the Bengals need to do anything. I know they had a really up and down rough start. Just stay as you are, Cincy.
Cincinnati, just keep the course. Keep the course. Because you'll probably again, it's between you and the Ravens probably who wins the division. Or the Falcons if they're there.
This is good because I think this applies to both to your team. And we were talking about the Browns earlier. So ESPN has the Browns, Kareem Hunt, and Steelers, Chase Claypool. So again, I know I retweeted some propagandist about Chase Claypool. You got to take.
I don't want him.
Are there any other receivers that the Packers have been rumored to other than Chase Claypool and
this morning AJ Green, but I really don't want that. But again, it's also just
trade for AJ Green.
Yeah, it's just reporters saying things. So like I don't put any stock in that. But yeah, I do not want Chase Claypool. It was bad because you had Steelers fans in the chat on Sunday going, please take him, Tom. Just please take him. And when your fan base is saying, please take this player just so they can get draft capital, it's not great. So yeah, I do not want Chase Claypool. On top of that, the Browns, because they're what are they at? What's their record now?
What are they? 3-4, maybe?
3-4.
Let me look.
I mean, they can only have so many more losses before like they're not even going to be in the playoffs. But I don't think that Cleveland abandoned ship yet.
2-4.
They're 2-4. Okay. I mean, they can lose like what, 3 more games, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Well, the reason the Browns would be willing to trade is they had to give away a lot of draft picks to get Deshaun Watson.
Correct. So they can get some value back.
Yeah. If Greedy Williams is really, a piece they're looking to trade, if somebody's interested in Kareem Hunt, go for it. You've got Nick Chubb. You do not need Kareem Hunt. And I know Kareem Hunt's good. So I think there's value there for another team.
Dude, I'm telling you, someone said in the chat before, the Bills.
Yeah.
If the Bills just wanted to destroy the league and just get Kareem Hunt.
Oh, I love that, actually. Like, send them Zach Moss and a draft pick for Kareem Hunt. And it was, I think we talked to Derek Wolfe, or maybe I just heard Derek Wolfe on the radio because he played for the Ravens. And this was a little bit before shit went real south for the Broncos. Mm-hmm. And it was right after the Javonte Williams injury. And they're talking about maybe the Broncos should go after Kareem Hunt. And Derek Wolfe was like 100%. Like, he's like, playing against that dude, he is tough. He is hard to tackle. He's a brutalizing running back. That would be a great fit. So I think there's value for Hunt. For Kareem, he just plays behind probably the best running back in the league. Maybe you're like talking about Saquon and Nick Chubb right now, but every year it's like Nick Chubb is 1 or 2. So yeah, send him to the Bills. And then I want to see the Bills destroy the Chiefs in the playoffs. And I want Kareem Hunt to have 200 rushing yards. And I want him to go in on defense and sack Patrick Mahomes as well.
Okay.
All right. Here's a team that should be selling a lot. The Texans. We got to get through this quickly.
The Falcons, again, like it's
they
a
don't
1 year.
Need
like,
another
they
one.
don't need it right now because Patterson's going to come back. Like they don't need it. Don't give up your draft capital.
So Houston, Brandin Cooks allegedly on the trade market again. That's the guy the Packers should get.
The Texans don't want to trade him though. Like
Maybe.
That's what it's been. Like the Packers have had interest, but the Texans don't want to give him up.
The Texans, you can't trust the Texans though, Tom.
I'm aware.
They say they don't want to do things and then they do.
Yeah, that's fair. They got rid of Easterby though, so maybe they're going to be a little bit more competent. Maybe.
Yeah.
Colts. But yeah, Colts, sell the farm. Just sell the farm. Just sell. And again, we're kiting into week 8, and it's like, all right, the Titans are likely going to win the division. Like, okay, they swept the Colts. Let's move it along. But I don't think the Colts will actually do anything though, because they want that draft capital because they're probably going to be terrible. So they're probably not going to give up a whole lot. I'm sorry, they're definitely not going to buy, but they could maybe give up some pieces. I just don't know who they would give up.
The Colts should try to trade Matt Ryan.
Good luck. Godspeed.
Send him to, you can't. I would like to see him on the Panthers, honestly.
Oh my God.
I want the Panthers to field 4 quarterbacks. Jaguars, do it. Yeah. If anybody's, you already gave way to Brian Robinson. I don't think they're going to do anything more. Tennessee Titans. I don't know what I said. They traded Brian Robinson or
James
Robinson.
We're talking about the Bengals?
The guy who got shot. James Robinson shot. You heard it here first. Titans
with adrenaline from being traded to the Jets. Titans are a weird, like they need offensive line help. I don't think they go for.
They're going to win the division. I think that's emerging as a they're clear favorites there. ESPN suggesting Caleb Farley.
Yes, he has not been good. Like he was a very high draft pick, dealing with injuries coming out of college, and there was a lot of excitement for him. He has not been good.
Back injuries too, right? It was like pretty serious shit. They took
He has
a
not been
big flyer on him.
Yeah. Again, I don't know how much trade value there's going to be there, but maybe
Denver
try to
Broncos. We got
we're
Albert
still in
O
AFC.
rumored, Bradley Chubb rumored, Cherry Jeudy.
Let's just make this
rumored.
easy. They gonna sell.
KJ Hamler rumored. And the thought is, if they lose in Jacksonville, they are selling as much as they can because they gave up a lot to get Russell Wilson, including draft picks. I think Albert O is a likely piece to be gone.
They just don't like him.
Albert O?
Yeah. They just don't.
Yeah, the new coaching staff, not fans.
Yeah, I know, because I drafted him.
Hey, man. Sorry. I don't know how much you get for Albert O. A team that needs a tight end to catch some big balls? The Buccaneers.
Packers could use one too.
Packers next to Tunyon.
Because Taguara doesn't get a lot of reps anyway. Yeah. So yeah, no, Broncos are gonna be selling.
Albert O with the Packers might be nice.
We'll give you what, like a 5th round?
We will take AJ Dillon.
No.
And Aaron Jones.
What?
And Jair Alexander.
This is not.
And Stokes.
Stokes is not going to have a great season.
Rashawn Gary. And David Bakhtiari.
Oh, okay. Well, just that. Okay. All right.
He just needs to play at altitude. He'll stay healthy.
Just gonna play at altitude. Oh,
Chiefs.
They're not gonna do anything. I think that they're just like, did you see what we did to the 49ers? We're good.
Yeah, they're saying Ron Jones could be a running back that they try to get rid of. They've also been linked to OBJ. Like they made a little cap room with Travis Kelce.
Yes.
Nobody has to sign Beckham though before the trade deadline, right?
No, I did mine.
My power rankings will be up right after the show, guys.
OBJ literally can sign with anybody he wants.
Yeah. He's probably asking for too much money at this point, and he's not going to be healthy till very late in the season. Raiders already traded
their defensive tackle, right, to the Cowboys.
Yeah. Jonathan Haskins, that's right. I can remember. Wait, Hankins.
I
couldn't remember if it's Haskins or Hankins. It is Hankins. So they also
I don't think they're going to do much either because their offense has actually been pretty good. When they were like, wait a minute, Josh Jacobs is good. Maybe we should hand him the football. I mean, they could use maybe a little bit more defense, but I don't think
defense is bad.
I don't think they're going to go out and get anybody though.
They're probably going to try to get rid of all of Gruden's like overdrafted players. Yeah. If there's any of those guys they can get value for, like Cleveland Farrell, Josh Jacobs, Jonathan Abrams, Abram, whatever.
Yeah. So there's that, and then Chargers, if they can trade away their head coach, they will.
Ooh, Cowboys just made a move. I don't think they're going to make any more moves. Giants, they need receiving help.
They do.
They could use Brandin Cooks.
They could.
I would not. Oh, they could be in play for Albert O because they just lose Bellinger, who was playing well.
Yep, because he's his eye socket, right?
He busted his friggin' eye socket.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Giants they need another playmaker in the receiving game.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they could be trading away Kadarius Toney.
So early, but they don't use him.
They don't. And
trade away Kenny Golladay.
Yeah. I would go after Brandin Cooks if you could.
Trade Kenny Golladay
kind of would make sense there too.
Pick to the Packers. Just give him for a 6th round pick and watch him ball out.
Yeah.
Please. I can dream.
Eagles don't need to do anything. Nope. Commanders, I don't care. Nobody's going to want to go play with you guys. So the only way you can get them is if they're forced there by trade. This is when the Commanders should make 90% of their roster moves. We'll take him, and him because nobody wants to come here.
Like, please, no.
The Bears
could sell. There's some that they could sell, but yeah. No, see, that's the thing. I could see them, like, I could see why people think they're sellers, but, like, I don't think the organization's going to do it. They're not going to commit to a selling right now.
You're not selling when your Hall of Fame QB might be in his last season.
Correct. They're not going to do it. Bears, they could be selling, though. Like, there's, like, Roquan Smith, who's been playing really well. But, like, if they want, his value would be really high. They could probably get something really good for him. But
yeah, I mean, I guess it's hard to say with the Bears because Ryan Pohl, that's their GM, new GM. Like, you just don't know, like, his track record, like what he likes to do. So it's hard to say how they see the future of this team. I think the defense is keeping this team alive right now. I don't think they have high expectations for the rest of the season, but if you get Fields in the offense to play the way that they did against the Patriots moving forward, like, I would keep that defense together right now.
Sure.
Because then you're relying on what? Draft picks to continually, you got to get pieces for your offense really to help.
Yeah.
But just stay put, Chicago.
Yeah.
Lions. Oh my God, Detroit.
I don't think they're going to do anything. I think they're just going to keep the course and just pray for the season to be over soon.
The Lions can.
They can what?
And will.
I hate you so much. I hate you so.
The Lions are a team that can and will not do any moves at the trade deadline.
I hate you.
Oh, they say the Packers should trade away Amari Rodgers.
You know what? That's fine. Trade Amari. I don't know who's going to touch him. Do Amari Rodgers or Kenny Galladay straight up. Straight up. Why not?
Galladay, yeah.
Why not?
I don't know, man.
Do that or Kadarius Toney. They're both
How
on
is
rookie
Galladay
deals.
just better with? Oh yeah, because he was playing with Stafford in Detroit.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, I don't know who you trade. You guys want Amari Rodgers?
No.
Jerry Jeudy for Amari Rodgers straight up.
No thanks. I may be low on Jerry Jeudy. He's still he's one of the best route runners in the league. I just don't trust his hands.
I would love DJ Moore more than anything. He is like, I would love him, but
he ain't going anywhere though.
No, he's not. They're not going to trade him, especially after the week he had.
Vikings. Can they get a top flight corner?
Are they just wandering around out there?
Are teams trading away number one corners?
If so, then
I don't think so.
Then they're good.
I don't think they do anything. Falcons. We already talked about.
Falcons.
Panthers.
No, just pray for God's mercy.
They already made their big move. They're sellers, obviously, but I think they've sold all they want to sell, unless their soul is up for option. Saints.
Ooh, that's, you know what, Johnny Barks, that's a good call. Maybe Greedy Williams goes to the Vikings.
Oh,
that wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. AFC to NFC. That could happen.
That could. It's a good call.
Hey, it could happen. New Orleans Saints, I don't think they're going to do anything just because
it's sad. I mean, they could still try to get some like earlier draft picks, but I don't know. So
Buccaneers, I would believe they're buyers, if anything.
I think they have to be. Yep.
So much is going wrong for them right now on their offense, which is bizarre. But they're still like in a winnable division, so
because it's garbage. Yeah.
Maybe they'll bring in AJ Green. Whatever. What other old ass player can we get? Cardinals. They gonna do anything? It's like trying to figure out what is wrong with the Cardinals is.
What's James Conner doing?
He was been hurt a little bit.
He's injured, right? Maybe maybe I don't know, but yeah, because they have Eno back there now. So like maybe James Conner, and that's the thing with the whole NFC West. Like Cam Akers is probably going to go somewhere. Again, I just don't know what the trade value is. So that's what the Rams are probably going to do.
Yeah,
sorry.
No. I've stepped on you.
No, Seahawks are just going to batten down the hatches and be like, I don't know what's happening, but we're going to continue to do it. They're not going to add because they like don't want to do amazingly well, but like they're fine.
Yeah, Cam Akers is interesting because I feel like he's shown enough that he's a good running back for whatever reason.
It's like a fifth.
It's fallen out. He's like fallen out with McVay and the offense there, or I don't know what the deal is. Trying to think who could really use Cam Akers. I mean, actually, okay, the Buccaneers again. So I saw on Good Morning Football, they're historically dead last in running.
Yeah.
Like their 64 rushing yards per game is an all-time worst. Leonard Fournette not getting it done. Maybe bring in a guy like Cam Akers who can catch passes out of the backfield. We know Tom loves a running back like that. I think running the ball more effectively would help the Buccaneers. I don't want to help them, but Cam Akers to Tampa makes sense. Niners, they already did their big move. They got Run CMC. We'll see what he looks like this week. Then you got the Seahawks. That's the last team.
Seahawks just like let it rock. You have what's probably going to be a top 5 draft pick. Perna. Just let it rock. Just let it rock.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
They can win the division, but like again,
there's like a really good if they can get an edge rusher maybe or like a dynamic player for their defense. I don't think like you're going to get that.
Oh, no.
But yeah, Seattle is playing surprisingly. They're running the football so well. Geno Smith's been just very good.
They're having a very surprising season in a very bad division, in a very bad conference. Like they're have a good shot to make the playoffs if they keep playing this way.
They just twist the knife every week. It's
bad for you,
me.
Like,
but look at how good the Seahawks are doing now.
We literally thought it was going to be the opposite. Like the Broncos pick was going to be like super high and then Seahawks super low. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
They don't need to do anything right now. Because they got all their draft picks.
They got all of them. Well,
maybe they trade Drew Lock.
Yeah. Well, Brandin Perna, can you tell the people what you got coming out?
Yes. Power rankings will be up very shortly. I just got to upload and make a thumbnail. And then you can see my power rankings.
Nailed it.
Tom, what do you got? Wait, NFC South?
That was yesterday.
AFC South.
Yes. AFC South reaction to week 7 coming out today. Predictions coming out today. And we're going to do a Patreon and YouTube membership Q&A tonight because I'm running out of the month. And the end of the month is Monday. And I'm streaming Thursday, Friday, Sunday, and Monday. So
I think I'm doing mine next week.
So we're going to do that. We're going to rock, roll. So keep on the lookout for that. But folks, we appreciate you being here. Had nearly 4,000 people in here again on a Wednesday. Pretty darn good.
Not too shabby.
What?
I said not too shabby.
Not too shabby. We'll be back on Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Mountain Time.
Ooh.
But folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandin Perna. This is GPS. And you've been navigated.
And you've reached your destination.